Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Diva of Days of Our Lives. We are going to talk about last week's show. And before we do that, you can make sure to find us on Twitter, which is X now. And we're also on Facebook. We're on Spotify. We're on YouTube, I think. Yeah. So go download, listen to us, and even you can come and chat with us here on we are on the Riverside. That's what a Riverside app. So I think you have to join, get an account, and then you can come and listen to us. Okay, I have Jen here with us tonight.
Hey, I'm at REXJDK at Twitter.
And Anna.
Hello, I'm at Causey Hooch on X and on Instagram.
Okay, and Diva Carey isn't with us tonight, so I'm filling in as host, and I'm Marianne, and you can find me at mama_hooch on X, and I'm also on Facebook and Instagram. Okay, let's see. Guess we can talk about, we can talk about the show, and we can also maybe fit football in at one point or another.
Yeah,
although
I had a feeling that
Anna's
would come
team, well, one of Anna's teams, I guess, is playing us, right? I mean, I know her
Yeah.
Chiefs aren't in.
Yeah,
But the Texans are in.
But the Texans are there. I'm excited for them to get this far.
Okay.
But I also want you guys to do well. So
Yeah,
I'm kind of
not
torn.
counting on it. I never count on anything, but
Honestly, I'll probably root for the Texans this time, even though I usually root for the Steelers for you. But if the Pittsburgh Steelers win, I will be happy for them. So how's that?
Okay.
Is that a good way of?
Yeah, I don't have much confidence, but we'll see. They came through somehow.
Hey, I've had fun watching them this year.
Yeah.
It's a little bit painful at times,
might have
right?
been that holy water. I don't know.
Don't discount it.
No, don't. I never do. Nope. I grew up with it, so no, I don't. All right. So let's see. Who should we start with? Oh, I guess we can start with discussing for the show, Hobby and Leo and their wedding, got broken up, and with Dimitri coming back. And I was saying I'm not sure what the actor's name is that plays Hobby. Some of these new, yeah, so good. His emotions were just spot on. I mean, and it wasn't over the top. I thought it was very genuine the way he portrayed it.
Oh yeah, and we're losing him to a primetime show soon. I don't know when. We've known about
a lot of these good actors to other shows. The girl plays Rachel.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody's heard, but I don't know why. But I heard the new Ari's supposed to be recast.
That too.
I heard that
Did
too.
you? Yeah, but I don't know if she's
know.
going somewhere. I haven't heard why with her.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We're just
It's a shame.
good for them.
I mean, if it's good for them, if it's something she was wanting,
Yeah. So, but yeah, I thought that the actor that plays Harvey did really well.
Yeah.
So they saw Dimitri, I think and he told Leo that, before, I guess they say they're married, but they're not married till they file the papers.
They have 10 days.
Yeah.
They have 10 days to turn the
working.
You're married. I guess that's how it works. I don't know. I guess because they had they got married in a church or by a priest or a reverend. I think, in the eyes of God, they're supposed to be married. But anyway, legally, I guess they're not married until they file the papers. So, Hobby says, you have to resolve your feelings for Dimitri and go and find out, talk to him. So come on, Hobby. He's telling you and begging that, so I don't know. What do you guys think about that? Really, I'd tell Dimitri, get out of here. I have him.
Yeah.
Move on.
Dimitri needs to leave.
Yes.
Okay. Anyway. This would be a good time for me to say, I was taking notes for the shows that I watched, for the episodes I watched. I have decided that Dimitri's nickname is Dim. That's what I'm calling him from now on.
Dim. Yeah.
Because he's dim. Or
he
I
is
feel
dim.
like he's dim. He looks dim.
Dim.
Originally did not think if you guys hadn't told me the week before that it was the same actor with his hair different, I honestly wouldn't have recognized him as the same guy.
Because it was a lot shorter and kind of like a slicked back,
slicked back.
Yeah,
I think. And so I finally, in the last episode of the week, when I saw the other side of his face, like when he was facing Leo as Leo was coming in, I was like, okay, now I can see him more. I
Yeah.
don't know why it was that angle, but when he came in the other way, other side of the stage, other side of the screen, to
Hmm.
interrupt the wedding or interrupt as they were they just finished the wedding. On that from that angle, I would not have known had you guys not told me that it was the same actor. I would not have known. But I did finally see it really clearly from the other angle, the other side of his face. So it's just kind of funny how I don't know. But anyway.
Yeah,
So
sometimes these
Dim.
actors come back after they haven't
Dim
been
is
on and
his
they look different.
nickname. I'm calling him.
Dim. Yeah, but you know how did went with his hair long like that and just his looks. He reminds me of every Prince Charming, like
Oh yeah.
from back in the day. Like I can just see him playing that part,
Right.
just
Yeah.
his looks.
And honestly, I like guys with hair like that. I mean, I have nothing wrong with his hair per se. It was so different from the what look he had before that
Yeah,
I just truly did not recognize him at first.
yeah. So anyway, so we have that going on, and then we have Dimitri is waiting for Gwen back, and they had this big long conversation accusing each other and how they're going to go after the money, and he's more or less telling her she thinks that she has rights, and he said, oh no, once since he's back he can get that money back, and she's not entitled to it. So
And
I
he
don't know.
thinks it was her plan to bring him back. His
Yes.
plane he said his plane was delayed. At first they were like, "Why did you show
Oh
up
yeah, she was
after the wedding?" She's like, if it was my plan, why did you show up after the wedding?" And he's like, "Well, my plane was delayed. I would have
only
been
because the
here
plane was delayed. Yes.
in the
Yeah.
middle of the show
And if you
of the
saw
wedding."
Gwen, she kept looking at her watch the whole time, and she was like
Yeah.
during the
Well, remember,
wedding,
she
like,
wanted to
where
be
is
at that
he?
wedding. She wanted to be at that wedding,
And she wanted to
you
be,
know?
and she kept
Yeah.
looking like where, looking for somebody. And
So
he, of
so
course, he accused
Dimitri
her of the whole kidnapping too.
yeah, so Dim thinks that she's the one that had him kidnapped.
Yes. And
I
she's saying
think,
no.
yeah, no. I think
Jen
that's too
thinks
obvious.
You
she
I
think
thinks
think
it's
it's
who?
it's
Vivian.
Jen.
Oh, yeah? Yeah. Yeah, especially yeah. Okay. Well, it certainly doesn't really serve her other than revenge on Leo and him. It
Yes.
doesn't really serve her to have him back because she could be losing her money.
Yeah.
But like
But she didn't
but
think
like
so. There's some codicil or something in the contract or something, he said.
okay.
I don't know. But still,
Yeah. Anyway,
I don't know why she'd want to chance it anyway, too. Yeah, I don't why she'd do that. So I
so
don't know.
Vivian makes sense. I mean, especially since there's the whole Peter connection too.
Yeah.
Because
I'm trying to think, why would
Alamein,
Vivian
Peter
care
was
about
get
Leo?
that came back later that Peter was getting paid by somebody an Alamein.
Now, Vivian getting Peter to be, and I think it's Peter and Vivian are involved.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
where
So
I think Vivian comes
And I
in
don't think
instead of
Peter's
Dimitri.
dead.
I don't think Peter's dead. No. I
No.
think a Dr. Rolf come in and put some kind of
yep.
to make him look like he's dead, and he's not dead.
Yeah.
Well, that's Rafe and Jada's. They have that theory. They think it's Vivian,
Yeah.
or I don't know
Okay.
who came up with that idea.
Yeah,
I
because
think it was Jada.
they have a lot of they have a lot of theories there. They were flowing around. I thought it's really interesting when you watch the brain trust that includes Rafe throwing around theories.
Yeah.
Really, if they ever get him right, I know. So okay, so that's what we have going on there. And I think Kate was on. Kate was on this week,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, she was
Did you?
on in the pub with Roman, and they shared their New Year their they each had one New Year's resolution, and one was, basically it was to she said something I think about showing him how much she adores him every day or something like that, and his was something like to appreciate her, and he recognizes he's the luckiest man on earth, which is totally true. Let's all, but and that, basically that they will appreciate each other more and show each other
Mhm.
that more. And then it was funny because I forget sometimes that Roman was a cop for all those years and detective and all that. But he finally asked Kate because Bonnie and I want to say Ned, but Bonnie and Justin come back into town
Yes.
and
Something to
they
see
come to
them.
the pub, and of course, Bonnie's, of course, wanting to see if Kate read the book, her manuscript, because she left it on her desk. So anyway, so they tell them they just got back from Vegas and seeing the kids in Phoenix, and the Sunny and Will, and then kind of just goofy, like acting kind of giddy, like little, kids just coming back from a field trip or something. Kind of cute. It was good to see. It was good to see Justin and good to see Bonnie. So then, meantime, while while Bonnie's eating, and I guess some point Justin had to leave because he had to help Kristen with the paperwork for the the DNI taking Peter off the life
Respirate.
support. Sorry, the life support stuff. And my brain. And then, so in the meantime, Roman notices that Kate keeps looking at Bonnie, and he's like, "So what is the deal? What's got you so infatuated with Bonnie? What's going on?" She's like, or whatever word he used. It was something like that. "Why are you so captivated by Bonnie? What's going on with that?" And she's like, "I'm not," and all. And then, he basically kind of susses out what was going, you know. And so eventually Kate goes over and sits with Bonnie. And it's all part of her plan that she and Xander are rolling out because I guess they're trying to get the manuscript to Demira, right?
Mm-hmm.
They don't want to do it under Titan, and I don't remember even why, but basically they
Because
don't
they're
want to do
cutting
it.
cost. That's what they can't really accept new ones.
But what's the win? But what's the win for Titan though? Because I know Kate proposed it as a way of making Titan money. So
I don't know. It must be bad. She probably did read it, and it's probably bad. And somehow they want the mirror to figure that it's good. Or
okay,
I don't know. I don't know how.
Like pretend to fight over it, like
yeah.
Kyriakis
I'm still kind of confused how
something.
they're going to get Demira to take it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So anyways, Kate she's like, so Bonnie's spilling all this stuff about how much research she did on this romance novel with Justin and how much fun he had with her doing research and so on and so forth. And then she's like, "Well, so did you read it?" Or she said, "I'm sorry, I snuck it into your office." And she's like, "No, it's okay." But she's like, I haven't read it because we have like Kate's always a follow the rules kind of gal.
Yeah.
She says, we have strict ethics rules." And she's like, "We already have, Stephanie on tap for like the romance. We already have enough of those. We have like non-compete things and stuff. She's like, so as much as I'd like to read it, I wasn't able to. I didn't feel it was right because it's part of our procedures and stuff and our rules that we can't do that." So she's like, "But I could." And so Bonnie was devastated. And then she says, "However, I do have some people I could refer your manuscript to." She's like, "Oh, would you do that? Oh, that would be wonderful." So of course, and then who was it? So then later on that comes into play because Xander meets with Johnny. And at first he kind of acts like, "Well, maybe we don't want you to come back to Titan since you're at Demira longer than planned. And we need you if you are gonna come back." "Oh, yeah, I'm planning on coming back. It's just a temporary thing." And he said, "Well, in your leave of absence documents, we need to add a codicil or whatever to it to cover us, like basically an NDA to say that you're not going to share anything, any company information and all that." So when he first pulls out of his briefcase, Xander puts the thing down and it's the manuscript, Bonnie's manuscript. And he goes, "Oh, I didn't." I was like, "Oh, that wasn't the thing I meant to pull out." And he goes, "Here's the codicil." So now I didn't see. Did they show anything else on that before the end of the episode?
Well, maybe it's because then Johnny did look through it. Do you think then somehow they'll get the book and then Xander will say, "Well, that was ours and you did disclose something," and then Demira could get in trouble that way.
Yeah. Okay.
You did you know what I mean?
Yep.
And in the
Yep.
meantime, somehow
Yep.
them two are working together to get it somehow to make Johnny look bad, maybe to make Demira look bad.
Kind of crappy of Kate.
Branson? Wow.
Yeah, wait till Norman finds that one out.
Well, that's
I don't know.
crappy for Kate to do. Anyway, so I don't know, but yeah, that sounds like that could be somewhere along the lines because he's having him
I just
sign
thought of
this.
that actually, the way you were saying that,
That's
how he said
brilliant
not to
because
give out.
I hadn't figured that out. I was like, "Well, why are they doing
No, I
this?"
hadn't either. And then when you said that, I remembered that he said, you can't disclose anything that you learn at
Right.
Demira.
So
And there he is.
they'll sue
looking at
him and
that.
Demira for everything they have if he
Yeah, so
doesn't
that
give
could
them
be kind of where they're going.
yeah, yeah. So
See, we
somehow
figured
there's
it
some
out.
plot with that. Yeah, yeah, I think well, you figured out a lot of things. You guys are
I
good at
don't know.
this, it's like watching soaps for a long time. You figure,
You
in fact,
too
a lot.
long.
a lot of times the fans are the ones that would make better suggestions
Yeah,
of story than
the fans remember history, and the writers don't. Yeah,
so that's all. So those are
is that
so I
okay?
think Kate was just on that one episode, but she stirred up a lot of trouble during that one episode.
Right, right. And then, like you said, Xander with Johnny, and then we also had scenes with Xander with Brady.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, before that, he realizes that Brady's still at the mansion, and they're going to be celebrate Brady and Sarah
Celebrate
New
New
Year's
Year's.
Eve, yeah, together. So he ends up firing Brady because supposedly Brady didn't get some kind of report or something that was due. He didn't get it in
The
on time.
numbers.
But Brady knows why he fired him because of and
Yeah.
before that, Maggie had come in pleading, Brady's case of why because of Rachel, why he wasn't going to be at this meeting. But I guess that didn't work. So supposedly he fires Brady. So I don't know what's going to happen when Maggie finds out. Because Maggie doesn't know yet, right? As far as this,
No, that's
yeah,
how it ended.
yeah, it didn't seem like Brady was like putting up too much of a fight. So I don't know
Yeah.
about that. And then speaking of Brady and Sarah, I guess they had it didn't say they slept together. They had a kiss at midnight.
Yeah.
Did they sleep
I
together?
was gonna
Yes.
ask you guys if they did because I
No.
didn't get that. I
I
didn't
don't
see
think
that.
so.
I didn't get.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I didn't get that from what
Okay.
we saw.
I mean, they're
Even though
acting like
Maggie,
teenagers. They're
Yeah.
acting like teenagers sneaking around. It's like,
even though Maggie kind of was trying to get information, kind of trying to see
Maggie
how
knows.
was your night together. Yeah, how did it
yeah.
go?
So Maggie probably assumes they did. Sounds like
She
you guys
could,
don't
yeah.
think they did yet.
No.
Okay, because I
No,
didn't
I
get that
don't
impression
think.
either, but I wasn't sure.
No. So, and Xander and Sarah's divorce is final. So, but Sarah, I don't know, she seemed a little down about it, but then, and Brady said, "You having mixed feelings?" And she said, "No, not at all." So, I don't know. And of course, Xander's feeling terrible. So,
Yeah.
yeah. So that's where we are. I don't know. Xander's probably I don't know who's he going to move on with? Gwen? I thought I saw in one of the promos, Xander and Gwen. So
I like
I don't know.
Xander.
Yeah. So that's where we are with that. Oh, and then we go back to Johnny and Chanel. Paulina came over and Chanel told her that she was pregnant. Paulina's all happy, and then she tells Paulina and she didn't, if this is correct, she didn't tell Paulina exactly why that Johnny is scared because of the
Yeah.
cancer. She more or less says, "We just have one, and I don't think we can handle another one." That's not what Johnny said, and
That's not
what she
true.
told.
Yeah.
And that's not what she told Paulina. Johnny
Right.
told Paulina when she saw him in the
Right.
hospital. Yes.
So because he loves Chanel so much, he
Yeah.
wouldn't know what to
Yeah,
do
and
if he
I don't know,
lost her.
and he told Chanel that, but she didn't say that to her mother. So I don't know
Yeah.
Isn't that weird? Yeah.
why they
It's
did
like
that.
all she heard was he did not.
Want the baby.
He
It's
wasn't.
like
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
And
all
that's
she
not,
heard.
yeah. He wanted to talk with the doctors to make sure, that the cancer doesn't come back. And so, yeah, so we have that going on now. Johnny and Chanel were happy for like 2 seconds.
2 seconds.
Just like any other couple on the show,
Yeah.
it seems. And it seems to me like
Steve
they're
and Kayla have
trying.
been happy for a while.
Who's that?
Steve and Kayla have been happy for a while.
Steve, yeah, Steve and Kayla are I guess they are the pretty much steady couple
Yep.
going on right now, right? We had like John and Marlena, but John's gone, and we had Doug and Julie,
Yeah.
and Doug is
We
gone.
got Roman and Kate.
Roman and Kate so far, yeah, and they haven't even been together that long. I guess long
know.
enough, but they seem to me like they're trying different couples. You
Yeah.
had Jada and Rafe, and Jada and Theo are supposed to be dating, and then they're wondering, they're making us feel like, is it Gabby and Theo?
They tried Jada and Jeremy for that one
No.
blind date.
Yeah,
Remember?
yeah. So it's like, and they have Gabby with Philip. So yeah, they're
Those two-
trying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do like Gabby and Philip. I do. And why? Because you like them, she's Philip's going to find out what she did with,
Yeah.
telling Tony all the stuff. So he's eventually going to find that out. But yeah, so we had Theo come out of his coma.
Woman.
Yeah.
I thought it was key that that Paulina blew that New Year's Eve. What is it? She blew that
Yes.
what's it called?
The party maker or party favor or
Yeah, I
party
can't think of the name
noisemaker.
of it, but yeah.
Noisemaker.
Yeah, noisemaker. And
Yes.
and then he said something. I think Gabe said something about that being loud or something. And she said, I know that Theo doesn't like loud noises. I figured maybe this will
Yes.
tick him off and he'll come too.
Yes.
And that's exactly what happened.
Yep.
Yeah. So he's out. And Gabby.
Did anybody else feel like he was going to forget who Paulina was for a little bit?
Yep.
He kind of was acting like he didn't say anything to her
Yeah. I
for a
thought
while,
maybe
and
he'd
I
lose
thought he
his
was
memory.
gonna.
Yeah. I thought
I
maybe
thought
he
he
wouldn't have
not
memory.
remember her.
Yeah. So, and then we have Peter, who Kristen decided to take off.
Life.
Yeah, like
Life
life
support.
support. And I guess right before they did, he opened his eyes? Or yeah, they took
Yeah.
him off and then he started talking and he
And
more or less
breathing.
was he was upset with Kristen and told her to get out. So she runs to get Kayla. By the time they get back in, find out it's Dr. Rolf snuck in, put something in his IV, and they come in and they pronounced him dead.
Yeah.
Because Rafe and Jada wanted to talk to him because they feel somebody else is involved.
Mhm.
And why?
Yeah. So
So
this is
it
all.
wouldn't make sense for
This is all
Vivian
planned.
with Stefan. He'd be the other one. So if Peter dies or she can somehow, but you would think she'd want to get rid of Peter, then Stefan would be, because I don't think Stefan's dead. And they talked about
Yeah.
that too. They have the death certificate and all that, and they still find it strange the way.
Yeah.
So I don't know if Stefan's dead or not. I don't know.
He's not
We'll
dead.
get another.
No one's
I
dead.
don't. Yeah, I don't know if Brandon Barash would come back or not. I don't know, but not unless they get another one. So
Yeah.
that's hard to tell there. So, what did you think of this guy playing Peter? I don't know.
Well, I liked him on One Life. He's good.
Yeah, I thought he was okay. So, but we
Yeah.
didn't really get to see him that much. Interact
know.
with some of them too much.
Kind of strange seeing him play bad.
Well, okay, because he
Not
didn't
that
play bad.
Kevin was a goody, but he wasn't evil.
Yeah. Okay, so
Yeah.
did we see Rachel this week? Trying to think.
No,
I know.
Rachel.
I think there's a preview out there for her for next week. So, we have Stephanie and Alex. Alex doesn't want her to go on tour, and he had kind of an argument with Xander. Xander's upset about that. She got mad at him, Stephanie, for doing it, of course, without asking.
I knew that was going to happen when
Yep.
he was
Of course.
when he went. I was like, he didn't tell her. He didn't talk to her about it first. He goes over there and says, "Well, I want this canceled. I just want this." And I knew he had to know his woman enough to know that that's not going to fly with her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And especially without even discussing it together. I mean,
And
Nah.
he said something that really made her mad. I forget what it was he said. Do you guys remember?
Trying to
I didn't
think.
see that part.
Yeah, I forget what it was. But the main thing was that he just went without asking and consulting her.
Yeah,
It's her
making
tour.
decisions.
It should be her decision. But she seemed to be okay. She seemed to. Oh, do you remember?
Called himself the boss.
Oh, I'm your boss. Yeah, he said technically
Because
I
he
am
did-
your boss. You didn't
Yeah.
just say that. Yeah, I guess technically he is at work.
He
Yeah, but
is
he's
at
dumb.
work. Yeah.
Yeah, he kind of threw that in her face.
Yeah. He's stupid.
Yeah.
He's dim too.
Yes.
How can he be
Yeah.
Justin's son?
Yeah. Oh, and then we have EJ still off with Sydney somewhere. It'd be nice if he brought her
Yeah.
back with him.
Yeah.
What they would do with her.
I see why they suddenly sent him off though, so that all this stuff could happen while he was gone. Like
Yeah.
because Gwen said, EJ left to go take care of some business and he left me in charge, basically. So,
Right.
there would have been a whole different dynamic if EJ were still in town. So
Yeah.
this gave
True.
Gwen
Yeah, with Gwen.
and
Yeah.
Dim and Gwen some time to battle,
So, then we had a conversation with Jeremy and Julie. celebrating New Year's Eve together. They were playing Scrabble.
Yeah.
I like playing that.
Yeah.
I just remember my mom and my aunt played that all the time when we were young. Played that all the time.
That was sweet.
So,
I mean, that part was sweet.
yeah, and then he got Julie to put on a hat, blew the, they talked about Doug and about how he's, not accepted in Salem, and was he thinking about leaving?
He told her about how he told her how Maggie and
Stephanie,
those guys think that he's the one sending her these stalkerish things. But he did
And
talk
then I think
about
Julie
how
did kind of say,
I thought it
and
was
are
funny
you?
how
Yeah, and he kind of got offended.
yeah, right.
Julie's like, oh, why did I say that?
Well, and but it was cute how, I mean, she was saying, I just worry about Thomas because he's going to be so far behind. He's like, well, I'll work with him and make sure he gets caught up because he's been gone out of town, And she's like, oh, we're so lucky to have you. He's so lucky to have you as his teacher right now. And then he said, well, we really miss the kids, and I really miss him. And he said, and even Rachel. He said, Rachel's not like popular like Thomas is, but she has her own energy that her own, I don't know how he put it, but it was basically she has her own energy that the kids really miss. So
Yeah.
I'm like, you mean they're like, you would think that they'd be glad they don't have to worry about being stabbed by their roommate, I mean, they're
classmate.
So, yeah,
Really?
classmate.
Yeah.
But anyway, or undermined in some way but I thought that was kind of cute the way he said she's got her own energy, but a little different.
By flying missiles.
Yeah, but I thought it was sweet that he said, "But we miss her. The kids miss her too." So, like, I'll bet because she probably disrupts the class most of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I would say she probably does.
I'm just joking.
Yeah. So then we had
joking.
Chad and Julie too.
She's just a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chad and Julie had a nice conversation about, they kind of got pretty close. They have a close, and I think she's kind of like rooting for him too, and she said she's glad that it came to mediation, but I don't know what that's going to do because Chad's still not going to want, Jennifer should have just said, okay, I'm not even going to, the kids are staying with you. We're not even going to try.
Yeah.
But I don't know how much further they're going to go with that storyline. But do you have any ideas?
They gotta give Melissa Lewis something else to do.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. All right. What other storylines were going on? Anything else?
Rachel, Leo, and Marlena.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
That's sweet.
Yeah, he was talking to her like, as a friend after what all that happened. Yeah. Yeah, Leo's and then Leo comes back to the room and he had the flowers and everything had been ready and everything. So and he did go back to Hobby and, and then Leo came to see Dimitri after Hobby. They tried to talk things out and Leo kept insisting, I want to be with you. No, you have Hobby said, did you talk to Dimitri? No. Well, you have to go talk to him. So, and Dimitri, it shows him giving him a kiss. Let me, and then I think that was the end on Friday, right? So
that was it. Yeah.
I guess, is that kiss going to do it? I don't know.
God, no.
So I don't know. It all depends. Well, I guess
because Leo went there to tell him that he was in love with Javi and that wasn't, going to change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
that won't change. And Dimitri says, well, maybe this will
on him.
Yes. This will change your mind. This should change your mind. Yes. So I don't know. I mean, the actor's leaving, so they're recasting. So they wouldn't recast if, I don't know, they're going to be a little triangle for a while because if he would choose Dimitri, what do they need Javi for? I don't know. Not unless it's going to go on longer. I don't know. So Dimitri was in prison. So if Gwen got him out of there, now that he's out, how come he doesn't go back? Now that people know that he's out, shouldn't he go back to prison? I don't know.
He
was released. I thought he was released for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Some lame ass reason.
Okay. So once it was right after he was released, then he got kidnapped, I guess. And somebody made him write a letter at gunpoint. That's what he told Leo. But he can't prove it's Gwen. He thinks it's Gwen. But I think EJ was involved. Gwen and EJ. I think EJ's involved in that too somehow. Because we know him and Gwen are plotting with who's ever in that tube, which we still don't know yet. I've been seeing more and more people saying that they think it's Lexi. Because something about Pauline is supposed to. I don't know. And then didn't we see? I think it was Carrie. who said there is a picture of a recap of an actress that's coming on Days. Doesn't say what part she's playing, but it looks like somebody that could play um, Lexi. So I don't know.
A couple actresses played Lexi in the past
Yeah.
before Renee Jones.
So I mean, they could go there because who's that going to make conflict with? Paulina and Abe. So they've been happy too long too, I guess.
Yeah.
Or
And
not
there'll
long.
be conflict with Lexi and Theo.
Yeah, with the whole Demira stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or another Demira coming back. And she's another one, another sister back. And Megan's out there somewhere. So she's out
But
there.
now, why would EJ want some more competition for the,
I don't know.
Demira and all that other crap?
But
Lexi the doctor.
It's somebody that's because it's either that or Stefano or somebody because he more or less said sorry for what happened. And the only one to be sorry for is Theo's the only one that really got hurt. So that's I think that's what's making people say, after they all got released, EJ came and said something to whoever was in that tube, something I'm sorry for what happened. Interesting. So we still have that mystery going on. And nobody knows it's EJ and Gwen. Leo's still trying to find that out, I think. Oh, and there's rumors about Jada and yeah. So there's rumors about, not rumors, I guess, Sean and Jada. Isn't that who you like, Jen?
Ooh,
I guess
I like them.
they might be going there again. Yeah. Well, I know right now we haven't seen Sean, but I think Theo and Jada are supposed to have their date again for the trivia. We haven't seen any more trivia.
Trivia.
Yeah. So we have that. And I think the previews for next week's show, Sophia is plotting with Rachel. She hands her some money. I don't know why. She just says she needs her help. And then we see her with a hooded sweatshirt on walking in the town square. And Ari spots her and says, Sophia. But she just keeps walking and doesn't acknowledge her. So something's going on there with Sophia. I'm trying to think what else was in the preview. But that I know that I remember that's
Wait,
who's
Ari. When the other Ari got a mention, Ariana?
Oh yeah, she did. Was that Brady talking about her? Or no? Yes.
No, Rafe.
Rafe talking about his sister. Yeah. Yes. And then there's Dario's out there somewhere. Right? He never got, I mean, he left, right? He didn't get killed off or anything. So we still have, and there could be another brother or sister out there that we don't know of. Because Rafe started out as an orphan and he gained a mother, father, and 3 siblings from being an orphan and an only child. So I remember that from the time when he started seeing Sammy. I don't know. Sammy's supposed to come back at all anymore? I don't know. Maybe she'll bring her husband back with her. Supposedly. And maybe Lucas will come back with his girlfriend. Because we never did find he has a girlfriend.
Maybe it's Autumn.
Yeah, we never did see Autumn either, did we? We never saw
funny,
Autumn.
was it? What did Kate used to joke about? Like, what was her? She would call her. She never was on camera, but she'd say, "Well, how's summer or whatever?" It's autumn, Mom. It's autumn.
No, that was Sammy.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Huh. Yeah. Then we had was there anything with Marlena? She hasn't been doing well lately, other than with Leo. And
Leo.
Officiated.
With Leo, she officiated the wedding.
And she talked to Leo. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was like, she's like, well, you need to, tell me. Like, she found him in the town square, and she's like, well, talk to me. And he's like, how much is this going to cost? Or something like that. He's like, as a friend.
As a friend. I don't think he's ever paid her for any kind of session, probably.
No, I don't think
every time he talks
ever
to her, it's not in her office. Yeah, it seems like it's never in her office. They need to bring Hattie back too. What happened to Hattie? Yep. She's still alive? I can't remember. She's still around somewhere, right?
She left town.
She's not in prison, right? No. Okay.
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, I don't know. That's all I got. I can't think of anything else. Anybody else? We missing anything?
What I thought was kind of funny. Was, and honestly, I'm right there with them, but how nobody really had planned, except for the wedding reception. Like, most people were like, let's just stay in, like Tate comes back dating Holly, and he's like, "You want to go out since you're back in town early?" And she's like, "No, I'd rather stay in." So I'm thinking, here, Belle is asleep. She gonna wake up to those two again? Didn't she walk into them one time? Walk
Yep.
in on them one time?
Yes. Yes. And now that you mentioned Belle, I remembered something.
Anyway,
Chad and Belle decide to date. They were on the
yeah.
and it's Salem singles, and they slide up. They slide up. I'm there.
Yeah.
Come on. Because Tinder is you swipe right. That's a real dating site. But there's a Salem singles and you slide up. They slid up or slide up. I don't know if anybody
Right.
caught that, but they matched. So
Oh, yeah.
they're both laughing about it. And he says, well, do you think it would be funny? Do you think we should just try to date? I cannot see those two. I don't know. Maybe with the new
No.
actor?
What did
I don't know.
Rafe?
Maybe.
What did Kristen talk to Rafe about? Like, what kind of agreement did they make? Because I didn't see that part.
That.
Kristen's
Yeah.
trying to get Rafe to help her bring down EJ.
Bring down EJ. Get revenge on EJ.
Which,
Yeah.
of course,
Because
Rafe
you know
has
what
already been
EJ did
working
the
on
rape,
behind the scenes.
locked him up, had that guy impersonate him. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, he's been on going after EJ for a long time, obviously. So,
Yeah.
but now why does Kristen want that? Does she feel like why is
'Cause of her
she wanting to go after EJ then?
The whole
Because of
Rachel
what?
thing.
The whole
Yeah.
Rachel,
Okay.
her mother, taking her mother away and threatening her. And basically, he
At
threatened
least
to
they
like
did
expose
explain. Remember?
Rachel. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, and
Yeah.
remember last week I made some comment about why is Kristen the only one that can make this decision? I mean, his mother is at one town over or whatever, but
Yeah.
Justin did make the comment when they were doing that in India. What is do not resuscitate
DNR.
order?
Yeah.
DNI. He did make the comment that he did ask her. Now, there's no other living relatives that would have any sort of responsibility or claim or possible legal responsibility for signing off on this. And he's like, I know your mother's alive, but she's not competent to,
Yeah.
legally
they said.
competent or whatever. So at least they did cover that, because I was like, well, does his mom get to weigh in?
Yeah.
And then the other thing is, we were talking about Javi and how good the actor. I think his name's Al. I don't know his last name, but I think his first name might be Al.
Doesn't look like an
But
L.
anyway,
It looks like a hobby. But anyway,
Al, an Al. I don't know.
Al.
I don't know why I think that.
Well, I
Maybe
don't
I'm
know
wrong.
his name, huh? Yeah.
A-L, like Alberto or Albert. I don't know.
Probably
Who knows?
Albert. Yeah.
Anyway, and I could be wrong about that. For some reason, that just popped into my head. But anyway, we were talking about how good he was and everything. He was hilarious as a drunk. He was so good.
Really good drunk.
Oh, yeah.
He was so good.
Maybe he's had a lot of experience.
I mean,
I don't know.
hilarious in a really sad way. I mean, it was really sad, because the
When
reason.
he was,
But he was
Oh,
cracking me
yeah.
up.
When he was talking to Rafe and Gabby. Yes. Drunk.
Yeah,
that was funny.
at the reception.
At the reception.
They're like, Abby's like, why don't I drive you home and we'll just spend New Year's at home? And he's like, heck no, we spent way too much money on this reception.
On this food.
I'm gonna make sure I drink all this champagne or whatever. So it was funny.
Yeah.
I mean, it was funny in a sad way because it was sad for him, but
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's just the last thing I thought of that.
Yeah, we thought of a couple more things. Yeah, sometimes you talked about one person. When you said about Belle, that made me think, oh, I forgot about them and them agreeing to date. So that should be interesting.
Right.
Okay.
That should be really boring. That should be really extra boring.
Anybody Chad dates, yeah. Chad and Rafe.
Well, I mean,
yeah, boring.
I don't know. I just see no sparks there at all.
Yeah.
But anyway.
All right. Well,
okay.
See what happens.
Yeah.
What happens tomorrow night. Not tomorrow night, Monday night with the Steelers and the Texans.
Monday night. Well, good luck. I'll be rooting for both teams. Whichever team wins, I'll be happy for that. So anyway, well, take care.
All right.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Good night.
All right. Bye-bye.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
Good night.